The internet is full of incredibly helpful resources. Unfortunately, there are also a number of websites that can pose security risks. Security programs and acceptable use policies of many organizations aim to avoid those risks by deterring users from visiting such sites. However, simply deterring users often isn't enough, and we need a way to enforce these policies. Jeremy here. Let's enforce our organization's security programs with Internet content filtering policies in Jamf Security Cloud. Let's say our organization's security policies include blocking high-risk content like adult websites, gambling, and illegal content. We also want to block cloud and file storage to limit the risk of data leaking, yet allow the use of OneDrive, our organizationally approved file storage solution. Additionally, our organization has decided to block social media, all search engines except Google Safe Search, and enforce YouTube restricted mode. We can achieve this in the Jamf Security Cloud portal by navigating to Policies, Internet, Content Filtering Policy. Under Group Level, the base policy applies to the default group of devices in this organization. The base policy is typically used to ensure all devices within an organization comply with its security program and acceptable use policies. Let's say this includes restricting access to social media. If there are devices that need to be exempt from that restriction, like the marketing department, we can create another policy for that group of devices to override the restriction. Let's start by configuring the base policy under Group Level. In the Content Rules tab, there are 3 presets to help administrators define a content filtering policy that achieves specific objectives. Block High Risk prevents access to content considered risky toward an organization's security posture, such as adult, gambling, and illegal content. Since blocking high-risk content is one of our organization's goals, select that to block included categories. We also have Optimized Data Usage and Block High Bandwidth, both of which help to minimize the amount of data consumed by a user's device. Optimized data usage and block high bandwidth may be of interest to your organization if it provides users with mobile data or has limited internet bandwidth. In the list of content rules are categories, each with allow and block buttons in the policy action column. Notice the adult category is now blocked. Since our organization utilizes OneDrive, we need to block all other file storage solutions and then allow OneDrive. Scroll down and select Block for the Cloud and File Storage category, then click the plus button to expand the category and select Allow for OneDrive. Next, we need to block all search engines as a way to enforce Google Safe Search. Scroll down to the Productivity category and click the plus button to expand it, locate Search Engines, and click Block. We'll create an exemption to allow Google Safe Search in just a moment. Lastly, we can block social media websites by clicking Block for the Social category. Once content rules are configured, click Save and Apply. Now let's enable Google Safe Search. Scroll back to the top and click Search Rules, Override, and select Google Safe Search. We can also enforce YouTube Restricted Mode by selecting that checkbox. Since the strict setting is recommended for children under 12 years old, we can change YouTube Restricted Mode to Moderate to make a larger collection of videos available. Once search rules are configured, click Save and Apply. With Google Safe Search enabled, let's create the exemption for Google by clicking Custom Rules. Here we can add specific domains to the organization's allow or block lists. Since we blocked access to all search engines earlier, let's add Google to the allow list. Enter google.com or your regional equivalent such as google.fr in France, then press the spacebar or return key. Select Allow under Policy Action, then click Add Custom Rules. Repeat these steps for any other domains you want to add to your organization's allow or block lists, then click Save and Apply. If you are ever unsure of which category a particular domain is classified under, we can use the Domain Checker. Select Domain Checker, then enter the URL or IP address and click Check. Great! All devices now have the settings from the base policy applied to them. However, the marketing department needs access to social media as part of their job requirements. Choose Marketing from the Group Level pop-up menu, or choose Create New Group and be sure the appropriate devices are assigned to the new group. Select Content Rules, then scroll down to Social and click Allow. Remember, this change only impacts devices within the marketing group. Click Save and Apply, and now our organization's content filtering policies are being properly enforced. We were able to block high-risk content, limit the usage of cloud storage apps to OneDrive, and prevent social media for the entire organization except the marketing department. That's all for this video on configuring internet content filtering policies in the Jamf Security Cloud portal. Continue exploring the Content Rules tab and try the Domain Checker tab to see how different URLs are categorized. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in another video.